We considered inordinate affections, excessive desires, wanting something so badly that we lose our peace of mind. And it can cover anything: a car, a house, clothes, a holiday booking, healing, anything. Now, this is all obvious, but there remains a trap for the very devout Christian. This person isn't fooled into wanting stuff. They get that sorted out a long time ago. They have a modest car and home and are not troubled if they don't manage to get away on holiday. None of it's any problem to them. But there remains a subtle trap for the devout, and it can be harmful to them and others. We are taught to desire righteousness, the fruit of the Spirit, holiness and spiritual insight, and to desire them with all our heart and soul and mind. But everything must remain in God's hand. If I long for a deeper spirituality, a more authentic walk with Jesus, well and good, but I must retain peace whilst on the journey. We don't hold our breath until we get there, because we'll never get there at that rate. We continue breathing, being normal, so to speak, to be at rest, to maintain an inner peace in which we can still hear God's voice. It's called humble trust. It's Jesus asleep in the stern of the storm-tossed boat. The devout don't get anxious about a new car, but they often get anxious about their level of spirituality. Paul said that he didn't even judge himself, because God was greater than his heart and knew all things. In fact, I think it was John that said it. It wasn't Paul, but Paul said similar things. Now, that's the skill for the devout to acquire, if they are going to avoid the snare of anxiety about their progress. When John said he must increase and I decrease, he really meant it. He even left his own spiritual increase to God. And having let go, his confession has bequeathed to us a priceless secret. He who loses his life gains it. In the snare, we become anxious. We try harder. We become an intense and uncheerful witness to being a Christian. And the harder we try, the more the prize eludes us. We may even come under condemnation and become gloomy and troubled, a prey to the enemy. People avoid such Christians, you know. Thomas à Kempis offers some very kindly advice. He says this: "Do what lieth in thy power, and God will assist thy good purpose." These are gentle and kind words, and practical too. Say I want to become a more loving person. Let me begin in a small way. Remember, humble trust. Maybe I tell somebody that I love them, and suddenly I feel more loving towards them. That happens, you know. Or I do something for them that I usually do, but this time I add a little embellishment to it. I smile when I do it. I'm cheerful, or I do it without their knowledge. Never excessively, because that can make somebody feel uncomfortable, you know. Something we must avoid at all costs. Sometimes we want to show love to somebody, but they aren't ready to receive it for one reason or another. But we have to bear all these things in mind. I must never impose my own wishes on anyone else. People are not there to be used for my own spiritual growth, heaven forbid. The little thing. Do the little thing. The thing that will not draw attention to you, nor make the receiver feel uncomfortable. Make light of it. It's only a little thing. There's a saying in Judaism: make an opening the size of the eye of a needle, and God will drive a camel through it. Now, this is true in most relationships and situations. We show our willingness by a little action, and God responds. But be patient. Always let your peace return to you, even if your little action seems to have no effect whatsoever. You're doing it unto God anyway. As a Kempis said, do what lieth in thy power, and God will assist thy good purpose. Amen.